I'm gonna finish these last two up. Give me a second to see if it works. All right, y'all still back on? All right. Let's see. All right, yeah, everybody. Give me a second. I'm gonna finish these two up right here, and we're gonna get done.
Are things like that. She has nothing Black American. Those in the Black Boule and also Black politicians. Now I'm going to start with a few examples right now, and this is why people are.
I'm gonna finish these two up, and we're gonna call it the night.
All right, everybody, come on in here. We are indeed live in effect, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? What it do, family? What it do? We're live. How y'all living, fam? You know, I need to learn how to change the layout on the live. I've been trying to figure that out. I've been trying to figure out how to change the layout on this thing. And, you know, I'm real clumsy with this stuff, so probably got to get Brother Leo to show me how to do that. What's going on, man? Y'all come on in the room. What's up, Brother Leo in here? We're in here. We're ready to turn up. We're doing the tap in. Glad to have everybody in. Trying to get it in early. What's up, Michael? With the rose. Kimberly with the rose. Renee with the rose. Shout out to everybody. Miss Lynette with the rose. And there you go. I love everybody coming in with the gifts. I love it. I love that. That is all love, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let me shout everybody out who's coming in with the roses. Let me shout out everybody doing the roses and the gifts. Michael, Brother Michael in the building. T in the building. Easy does it in the building. Brother Michael again with the heart. Melanie. Let me see. A lot of people in here. Brother Michael Anthony. Michael Anthony. Respect to Michael Anthony. Let me see. Y'all come on in here. We in here, guys. All right. Let me start inviting some folks up so we can start chopping it up. Let's start getting that thing going. I want to hear from the family early on. Let's do that. And, you know, we freestyle whatever's on your mind, we can discuss. And then I'll discuss what's on my mind. And it'll be just like that. Before we get started, let me shout out a couple of more people in here. We got Zandria from Los Angeles, FBA Nate, Pink Ice in the building. Shout out Queen Black, Megadon, Nola Noir. Everybody's giving the roses much love. Now let me get to the phones real quick. Miss Candace, how are you, Miss Candace?
Hey, how are you, Sir Rick?
I'm good, Miss Candace. How are you?
I'm doing well. So
Yes.
I'm a Black American woman originally from Memphis,
Okay.
and I've been on the East Coast now. So I had a question for you, and I would love to get your perspective. And I think a lot of times we underestimate how deep digital warfare can go
Yeah.
when we look at the history of whenever.
Describe Black relationships with Africa. Shabaka, I will say this. Um, we never really had a good relationships with Africans. It was always one sided. Shout out to Bomb Legacies, BX and AZ. All right, salute, salute. Um, Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. When have we ever had a great relationships with Africans? I would like to know that because I know that we never had a real good relationship with Africans. You know, you're trying to spread some shit like we was always kumbaya with them. It has never been like that, and you know that's true. This is why I don't like you. I don't. This is why I have an issue with your lying. You know, I tell you this shit all the time. You know, I always tell you that. I said I always have your issue with your lying, and I'm waiting for you to. I'm waiting for you to say something back because I have a, like I said, I have an issue with your lying. If you're not gonna, you know what, we're gonna go on because you're not gonna answer.
We've had like Black Unity or spaces where we could congregate and start to either have conversations that are long overdue or organize. It's been infiltrated.
Yeah.
So on the digital front, there has been, lots of random trolls, clout chasers, whatever, but paid agents, etc. I'd be curious to know your thoughts around what you think with that whole dichotomy, and also are we doing enough? Like what your pontifications are on that.
Yeah. You know, Miss Candace, that's such a great question because as we see here on TikTok, and I'm going to call it Tariq Talk. Well, this is Tariq Talk now because all they do is talk about me on here. So all these naysayers, ops, agents, tethers, it's Tariq Talk at this point.
Facts.
But the sister made a very good point. There's a lot of provocateur type energy happening on this app, really surrounding and centered around the Renaissance movement that foundational Black Americans are having. And I've been explaining to people
Facts.
this movement is very significant because it's the only Black movement that's basically designed to not be infiltrated.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that. Actually, when has Black Americans and African ever had complete the same unity with
Because
each
it's
other?
lineage based. It's decentralized. It's not based on a leader. It's not based on a group. It's not based on an organization. It's not based on an ideology. All it is you recognizing your lineage. So they can't infiltrate that, and they're trying their best to find little inroads into infiltrating that. And out of frustration, what they're trying to do is create a four-wall type organization where there's some type of structural hierarchy with the movement. That's why they lie and say, I'm a leader. Anytime y'all see something, I want people to be very clear. At this point, people we've been identifying using the Identify Foundational Black American for years now. Millions of people are identifying as foundational Black Americans. You have songs that are about this lineage. You have movies like Sinners that's about the lineage. So it's in the lexicon. There's been think pieces from think tanks. It's all in the media. So nobody's really confused about it now. They're not confused. The problem is they can't control it. All Black movements are supposed to be controlled. Any Black movement that's not controlled, it's seen as a threat
Facts.
because it's not a centralized movement. There's no rules or regulations or ideologies or nothing. You don't have to do anything. It's just your lineage. Being a foundational Black American means one thing and one thing only. You have lineage of somebody who didn't immigrate here. That's it. You have a non-immigrant lineage. That's all it is. Everything else is subjective. But with the tethered class and the fed class and all of these people, they have to pretend that there's a leader and well, we're going to attack the leader that we said is the leader. And that's failing.
They said Bomb Legacy, you're right about that. Salute. Shabaka, we're not talking about FBA. We're talking about when has Africans and Black Americans ever really united together. That's what I'm asking. You know, you still can't answer the question. You know, there hasn't been. It hasn't been done for a long time. It always has been one sided, as I've been telling you.
You notice how that's not working because there is no leader. I'm not a leader. Nobody of our lineage looks at me as the leader because it's impossible to lead a lineage. It's literally impossible. So all of these discrediting tactics, it just doesn't work. And see, they try to use certain people, and now they use other influencers who are advocates for foundational Black American lineage. And everybody share the space, by the way. Everybody share the space, please. Everybody share the space. See, they'll try to use me or any other influencer as a proxy attack because they can't attack foundational Black Americans head on. And the thing is, a lot of these people, I'm talking about the tether class, they've been denigrating us privately for years. Then they would slip out and start doing this stuff. Hold on one second, guy. Hold on.
Okay.
My crew. But I'll get on what I'm saying in a minute. Malik, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up? How you doing, guys?
I'm good.
Everything's good? Okay, okay. Okay, I gotta ask you a question. I think you guys are FBA. I heard about. I just found out about FBA thing probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
You know.
Where you from, Malik? Where's that accent from, sir?
I'm from Sudan.
Sudan, there you go. You've Myron Gaines territory, but go ahead.
Yes.
You will. What's going
I just
on?
found out like 2 weeks ago. A lot
The
of
joint
people
shut
start calling
off a little
themselves
bit.
FBA. So
We're
you
back
guys are
on
not
though.
black no more? Just FBA? No. You
Yeah,
guys-
Black. Yeah, the Black comes in the name. Foundational Black American. So of course we're Black. We're foundational Black American.
Okay. I'm FBA too.
You
Uh,
what? You what?
FBA.
You're FBA?
Yes, FBA mean FBA mean Foundation Black African.
No. No.
I'm just like
I was about to say.
Okay,
No. For you, it stands for Fufu, Bushmeat, and Anteaters, my dude. That's what that stands for.
a lot of
You're
it.
not foundational Black American, but
No,
you know,
no, no.
that's okay. Go ahead.
There's a lot of meaning. Foundation Black African. So okay, I'm African.
Now, where are you staying now? Where do you live now?
Right now here in the US.
Okay, you're over here with us. Okay. So
Here, I
yes.
live here.
Okay,
And
so do you feel, because a lot of people, do you feel left out? We're not denigrating you. We're just
No,
recognizing we're just recognizing our lineage. That's all.
I understand that everybody love themselves. You want to just protect your culture, your identity,
Thank you.
you know,
He gets it.
your history. That's it. You know,
Yes, my
there's no
brother.
problem.
He
You know,
gets
people
it.
don't understand when you say
Shabaka.
FA, they think you don't like, you know.
How does this camo nigga get it and you don't? How does this camo nigga get it and you don't? This is the crazy part. This camo nigga who probably knows nothing about America, who probably comes here, he's thinking that he's just gonna get pussy. And you been in this country for like fucking ever. And you still don't get it. Nigga, you're sad.
African or other, you know, black African. That's why they just confused. They didn't know that.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I don't know where they got that from.
I don't know why. I don't know. They think when you say FA, that means they think you don't like the other black people. You know, think like that.
Which is not the case at all. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, they think because they get
you guys and then I learn.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I was going to have a sister. I made a mistake and took her down. I wanted to have you up, sis, and I don't know what happened. Okay, I was going to have this sister up, and I don't know what happened. Okay. But yeah, we don't hate people. We don't hate anybody. But some might. There might be some FBAs who do hate you. I don't, you know. But there's 43 million foundational Black Americans. Do I hear somebody's toilet? Sister, what's up, sis? Hello? Ma'am? Man, what are you doing over there, ma'am? It sounds real wet over there. What's going on? Okay, it sounds like she's taking a douche. Okay, let me get you out of here. I don't want to hear that, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'll get you on later. Okay, you put that douche bottle up, ma'am. You can do that later on tonight. Okay, I think she might have company coming over. Okay, let's see who else we got. What kind of sounds are those? Come on, your family. Come on now. Come on. Y'all have it together. Y'all cleanse yourself a little later. If y'all don't call me while you're cleansing. Okay.
Hey, Tariq.
Nikki, how are you, dear?
I'm confused. So
Why are you
everyone
confused?
else gets to protect their lineage. They got the Scottish people. They got the whitey people. They got them in the villages and got them
Yes.
getting married to the folks, and they got them in traditional garb, and nobody ask any questions. But
Right.
as soon as foundation
Shabaka, you're a Democrat shield. I didn't ask you that shit. I said it 3 times already. You're done, man, for the night. You can write whatever you want, but I'm not gonna answer now. Because at the end of the day, I asked you it 3 times. You're trying to play stupid. I know you're a Democrat shield. You're trying to get that money, but come on, my nigga. Don't try to get it off of me.
Black
You don't even
Americans
get
just
donations.
say, hey, we just want to identify based off of the long history of the Americas, that when it was founded, there's all kinds of photos from 1800, all kinds of history here, just to say, hey, this is what we're going to stand on. All of a sudden, everybody start bibbling and babbling. Well, what's going on?
Yeah, sis. The thing is, man, we were supposed to just be a generic, exploitable class of people, and we're not letting that happen no more. We were supposed to be just this endless, formless, boundaryless
Facts.
group of people who everybody can come and extrapolate things from, and we couldn't get credit for our own creations. We had to let everybody share everything we did,
Yep.
and everything negative from other people, we had to bear that burden. So we were a trash can for everybody, to be honest. Everybody kind of used foundation. They used us as a trash can. Just when we use the term African American,
If you want
what
protection from
happened was people
COVID-19,
come over
but you
and
worry
they'll be
about
African American
COVID-19
when it's
vaccine
convenient,
side
when they want
effects.
to dump
What's
their
up,
criminals
everyone?
on us. If somebody from Uganda came over here and pulled a scam, well, they're just black. If somebody, all those guys in Minnesota who are Somalis doing all of those plethora of crimes, when they get busted by the dozens, well, these are a bunch of black people. They're African American. Now, when they start winning things and getting scholarships, oh, then they're the Ethiopian. Oh, then they're Jamaican. They distance themselves from blackness when it's something constructive. And we saw this con game and we said, okay, enough is enough. We're not going to be everybody's trash bin. And a lot of people feel a certain way about that. Let's get Maul, Mr. Maul Sudo. What's up, brother?
You doing, brother? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
Peace and blessings, brother. I just wanted to ask a question. This is very important.
Yes, sir.
How do you, because all over TikTok, this is where the confusion is. How are you associate? How is the FBA associated with the different indigenous American factions, like the Moorish indigenous American, the Hebrew Israelite indigenous American, the Creek, the Choctaw, coming out of the Nawabian nations under Malachi York? How are you associated? Because I ran into a lot of different forums where the indigenous Americans claim to be FBA as well.
Well, the thing is, a lot of these other different factions, a lot of these are ideologies. Nawabian, that's an ideology. Moorish Science Temple, that's more of an ideology. Hebrew Israelites, that's more of a religion. And there could be people who are foundational Black Americans who can have all of those ideologies. Again, it's 43 million people. Foundational Black American is one thing. You just need one thing to be a foundational Black American based on logic. Somebody in your family has to have a lineage that don't have immigrants in it. A non-immigrant lineage. That's it. That's literally it. Everything else is subjective, all right? So there is no confusion. There's no confusion whatsoever. Now, with the indigenous people, there's confusion with them. Now, there's no confusion with foundational Black Americans. Either you were here at the beginning of this country, or you have lineage who was here at the beginning of this country, or you don't. Some of the indigenous people and the so-called Aboriginal people, and I talked about this yesterday, a lot of these people are actually Caribbean, and what they're trying to do, they're trying to use Aboriginal to tie in the natives that were in the Caribbean islands, and some of them
Be
hundreds of
active.
years ago, thousands of years ago, were traveling back and forth. So they're trying to say, since they're mixed in with them, that makes them Aboriginal to the Americas. So that's like a little backdoor game that they're trying to play. And I broke that down yesterday. So that's something else. So, that's, you have to, when they start saying Aboriginal and Indigenous, you really have to look and see where their background is for real, for real. Tropical Niger.
Hello,
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. What part of Nigeria are you from, ma'am?
Ogun.
Ogun. So what's on your mind, beloved?
So you say that to be FBA, you have to come from a lineage of no
Non-immigrant. A
immigrants.
non-immigrant, yes.
So that is false because your ancestors were immigrants, African immigrants.
How?
That is how you got over here, right?
They didn't immigrate here.
They did. Well, they were put on a boat and they were brought over here.
That ain't immigration, ma'am.
They are still African immigrants, regardless.
No, ma'am. Immigration don't work like that. Immigration is when you leave one place and go somewhere better. You don't leave and go into a hell and get punished and castrated and beat and forced to build a nation. That ain't immigration, ma'am, at all.
At the end of the day, your ancestors are African immigrants who were
Everybody's
brought
ancestors
here
are African.
on a boat.
Everybody's ancestors are
On
Africans.
a boat.
We didn't
In America.
we didn't immigrate
You
to another
cannot
country.
deny
We
who
did,
you
ma'am,
are.
ma'am,
You are
Abyssinian,
African.
ma'am, Tatalish, ma'am, slow down. We didn't immigrate to another country, ma'am. We built a whole different country, ma'am. So we're not immigrants by definition, right?
Country was built off of African immigrants who were your ancestors.
It was
How could
built
you
by,
deny?
ma'am, it was built by people who had an ethnogenesis and became foundational Black Americans. There were Black Aboriginals here, and some of the African people who came over were mixed together, and that became foundational Black Americans, ma'am.
Foundational Black American is a new term. It is
No, no,
not
no, 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 no. But it's for the same group of people that's been here for centuries, ma'am. African American was a new term in 1988, but they applied that term retroactively, right?
been African. You guys don't like yourself. You keep denying it.
We don't like, ma'am, you're not even in
Keep
Nigeria
denying
now.
it.
You're not even in Nigeria now. How we don't like
I
our,
am in Nigeria, but
you're not.
I talk on these topics.
You're not in Nigeria.
You guys are self-hatred. You guys
That's
hate
you.
yourself.
You're
You
not in
guys
Nigeria.
truly
We
hate
love
yourself.
ourselves.
Like, this
Ma'am,
is sad. You guys deny who.
ma'am, I'm not Nigerian. Why are we gonna? I'm not a continental African. We're not continental Africans. So
But
what are
you're
you
still
talking
African.
about?
Africa is within you. So
No,
your ancestors
shit.
are African.
No, really,
Your bloodline is African. Your culture is African. So now what?
really. What's African about my culture?
The food that you eat, the hairstyles you do, the
Who?
music,
Who? What music?
the hip hop. You don't
Okay,
think that has influence from Africa?
name the African Nas.
The beats that you use, it comes from Africa.
Name the African Dr. Dre then.
Well, let me go see.
Okay, if we got it from you, name the African Rakim, the African Nas, the African Dr. Dre. Come on, let's take your time. We got time. I want to hear this. And the food, we don't eat bushmeat. What food are you talking about, dear? Oh, did she leave? Oh no, she's still here. No, don't come back, beloved. No, come back. She. I want you to unmute that mic. Tell me about this food. Please unmute your microphone, beloved. I want to hear about this food. I got to hear about this. We don't eat giraffe gravy. I want to know about this food. Our food don't taste the same.
Okay.
There you
Right.
go.
Your
What?
food actually comes from Europe.
Who?
Your food comes from Europe. Mac and
Okay,
cheese.
name the
collard
European.
greens.
Okay, what soul food European restaurants are there?
So you can look it up. It's
Okay,
literally influenced by
what Europeans?
the slaves
Where
in
in
Europe.
Europe do they make collard greens?
You guys get your mac and cheese from German.
Okay,
Like,
no, that actually the
like,
modern mac and cheese. No, it came from ma'am. That came from Sally Hemings' brother. That was a brother who was I
James
think Andrew
Look,
Hemmings.
I'm telling
Hemmings.
you,
That
you
was a
can look
founder.
it
No,
up.
ma'am. Modern. No, ma'am. Modern mac and cheese, the way it's baked, that came from a brother named Hemmings. He was a slave of
Collard greens
Thomas
itself comes
Jefferson.
from Greek. You can search it
Who?
up.
What?
It comes from the Greeks, the collard greens.
Okay, how come the Greeks don't make good collard green now?
So all you did was add flavor to it. It still came from them.
Yeah. Some vegetables were all over the place. It's all about the way you prepare it. The Greeks don't have
So how do
greens
you
like
know that
us.
they wasn't preparing it that way? At the end
I
of
know.
the
I've been to
day,
Greece. They don't
at
have
the end of the
collard
day,
greens
your
in Greece,
culture is
beloved.
it comes from Africa and Europe. Like, why
No,
are
it
you
comes,
and Native
ma'am. No, it
Americans?
doesn't. It's our own flavor. We had to use our own flavor. That's why your food don't taste like ours. What food do you have that tastes like soul food? FBA soul food. What dishes do you have in Africa? You're not muted. Okay, she left. Okay, she left.
I would leave too if I didn't know the
Okay,
answer.
okay, I wanted to hear all this. She tapped out, by the way, guys. Okay, I didn't leave her out. No. See, they say stuff and can't stand on it. They say a whole bunch of BS and they can't stand on it. And I'm not being rude. I'm asking questions. See, that's why they want us to be formless, generic Africans, so that anything we do, we're gonna have to give them credit. Your food, your music, everything come from us, Africa. Your music, hip hop. Okay, but who the hell is the African Rakim? How come y'all can't rap then?
Facts.
Why can't you rap like us then? How come we do everything different? Where's your Beyonce? Where's the African Beyonce? How come we do everything in a certain way that nobody else can do? No, we have a unique culture. We have a unique culture, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not trying to shine on people, but y'all don't do shit like us. Y'all not gonna do that. Where's your jazz? That's us. R&B is us. Where there was a drum in a village, you didn't do nothing with it. We had to do something with it over here. It's no. You don't get credit because there was a drum in the bushes somewhere. No. See, this is why they're upset, family, because they can't take credit for FBA creations no more. See, that's the con game, family. We've been sitting up here giving away our damn culture to everybody. Now that we've delineated, people are starting to look around and see what folks ain't got. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing popping.
Wait.
Who's the African Rakim? That dude who's saying, take you to the movies? I want to take you to the movies all day. Let me take you to the movies, baby. That's their Rakim. That's their Rakim, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to, come on, man. I'm going to roast you. If y'all walk into the roasting, I'm going to have to, come on. You just going to walk on the plank. I'm going to push you off the plank. You just going to walk up there. I'm going to push you off the plank if you're going to walk up on it like that now. Don't say some shit where you know it's horse crap. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. And I'm trying to show love, but don't come up here talking crazy. And then when it's time to show and prove and bring some facts, hold on, let me Google. Well, collard greens came from Greece. They don't make no collard greens. I've been to Greece, and Greek food is very good, by the way. Greek food is good. I love Greece. I went over there, had a great time. They don't have no damn collard greens. We didn't get no damn soul food from Europe. What did we get? Where's the European food? The food in Europe is horrible, especially in England. That food is infamously horrible. No, see, they love to try to say we got stuff from everybody else, but none of their shit is as good as ours. They always try. Well, you got mac and cheese from Germany. Modern mac and cheese, as we know it, that was Hemmings, a brother named Hemmings. Y'all look it up. Look up Hemmings and mac and cheese, baked mac and cheese. He was a chef. He went over to France because Thomas Jefferson sent him over there to France, and he was working with cooks over there. And the mac and cheese was over there, but it was that runny ass mac and cheese with basically some noodles and water and some melted cheese. It was just real janky the way they made it over there. It's that runny ass stuff. And he said, no, we're going to put some flavor on this. Let's season it this way. Let's get this type of cheese. We're going to bake it. We're going to do it this way. That's where the modern mac and cheese came from. It came from a foundational Black American, Hemmings. Now, y'all look that up. Fact check it. So I like to give names. and dates. This was early 1800s. Come on now. See, you know, I know we're foundational Black Americans. We're phenomenal people, and we've been too damn nice with sharing our damn culture.
Facts.
And then people start taking that for granted. We share our culture and say, okay, well, since we all melanated and we all of African descent, yeah, we all can share. And then what happens is we saw what Busta Rhymes did. Y'all remember some years ago, Busta Rhymes was like, hey, back on the Americans, they ain't got no culture. Yeah, hip hop came from us. Everything about hip hop, that came from the Caribbean. Yeah, because, you know, over here, they ain't got no culture. Well, what they got? They ain't got no culture. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. So yeah, we said, no, we're gonna have to change this thing up. Now we're gonna have to start bringing truth to power. We're gonna have to, you know, if you're gonna make an omelet, you're gonna have to break a couple of eggs, and a couple of feelings gonna get hurt because we got to get this omelet together. LC Don, hop on, LC Don.
Hey, you lighting this whole TikTok on fire? What's good?
What's up, Playboy? You good?
What's up with it? Hey, we met a few times in real life though, but
have you been to the museum?
Yeah, the museum on Crenshaw.
Yeah,
I've been to the screening for Hidden Colors 5, all that shit.
No doubt.
I appreciate you. You know, because because I remember years ago I had a Jamaican friend though, right? It didn't dawn on me why he was always like because when I was like when I would be hip up on what Black folks need to do and, you know what I'm saying, overcoming, you know what I mean, our oppression and all this other stuff, he was always on some, you know what I'm saying, he was always on some anti, you know what I mean, he wasn't against, you know what I'm saying, he was always against what we doing on the spaces. And it didn't dawn on me, like, why he would be like that, you know?
Yeah. And and you know what? Thank you for the call, brother. And you know what? We started noticing that whenever we started talking about reparations, we would always see somebody jump up. Man, we don't need no reparations. Man, we don't need nothing. Man, we ain't gonna get no reparations. We and us and like. And after a while, we start saying, "Who are these people? Why are they saying that? Who would be against reparations?" And then we start looking in the backgrounds of these people. And we started to see these were people who weren't even qualified for reparations. These are immigrants. Every time we would talk about reparations, the loudest people against it were immigrants. And I bring this up all the time. When they had that little jive-ass reparations hearing in D.C. years ago, they had a dude named Coleman Hughes, and they had Candace Owens up there. And both of them were on national TV talking down on reparations. Now, we know Candace Owens, she identifies as Caribbean. This Coleman Hughes guy, they left his last name out. His real last name was Cruz, and he was Puerto Rican. He's not qualified for reparations, and he was against it. Yeah? So we started to put two and two together with these people. Okay, let's get them. Jasmine?
Hi, Tariq. I want to say that I super appreciate what you have brought to TikTok.
Yes.
When I first came on this freaking app a year ago, I was just like everybody else. Like, where do I fall into the space of these weird Africans and the Siberian Native Americans and Mexicans sometimes, and like everybody is trying to say that they are foundational Black Americans. Okay. And I always thought that it was super weird. Then I would go to the panel and they'd be like, well, you know that Kamala Harris went to an HBCU. And I'm like, there's white people that go to HBCUs too. But on her birth certificate, where she's allegedly from, which is Cali, where I'm from also, it says on her birth certificate, Caucasian and Jamaican.
Yeah.
Who has Jamaican on their freaking birth certificate?
Right.
Very weird behavior. And she supposedly was born here, just like Obama, who was born supposedly in Hawaii when he's a whole Kenyan, and he grew up in freaking Indonesia. He only went to high school in Hawaii with his white tea KB mom. These things bother my soul.
Yeah.
And I've been saying that since I've been on TikTok, and I kind of floated between the term FBA and the Caribbeans, and they like to lock onto the American Indian tie, right?
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, because we're American Indian. And it's like, are you talking about the continent? Or are you talking about the USA part of who we are? That's
Yeah.
where they always thought to falter. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I'm American because I'm Tejano. I'm South American. I'm Guyanese or whatever, and we're Indian.
Mhm.
And they're not the same. And I don't want to get too off point because I
It's
can
okay.
just go on and on and on about these pretendians. And I heard you talking the other day about the two types of Indians,
Yeah.
American Indians. There are the indigenous black types, the Amasi, the Choctaw, all those tribes where they had to either be forced to go to a reservation and get welfare or be freedmen and actually build this country. And that's what FBA is when I
Yo,
think about it.
Absolutely.
telling the
Thank you, dear.
truth.
Because yeah, that's another hustle. I'm telling people, a lot of people who are saying that they're Aboriginal or Indigenous,
She's
some of
telling the
these people
truth.
are actually Caribbean. Yeah, I just saw a video of some chick was yeah, Tariq, he shouldn't be saying FBA because the Haitians, they Aboriginal to the Americas too. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, they're trying to backdoor this shit,
Yep.
man. They're trying to backdoor with some Arawak and Carib Indians. They're trying to use this retroactive backdooring into the foundational Black American lineage. They're
It's
trying to be real
crazy.
slick. And the thing is, if you immigrated here, that's irrelevant. If anybody in your family immigrated here, they ain't FBA.
Facts.
If there's some immigration papers somewhere on one side of your family, that ain't it. It's that simple. What's your name? Monumental? I think that's your name.
Yes, sir. Monumental Musa, man. Shout out to you, man.
Respect, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, man. I can't complain, man. You know, I'm from Chicago. I've been following you for a long time, and I'm
Yes.
glad that you brought up this conversation about delineation because it's very needed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a 37-year-old American Muslim, right? I practiced Islam for a long time, but by choice though, not
Yes.
because it's something. I just feel like Islam grants me a lot of discipline.
Oh yeah.
And I go to the mosque with a lot of people from West Africa. You've been to Chicago. You know how the downtown
Facts.
Islamic Center and all that stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked these people, West Africans, Central Africans, Ethiopians, Somalis, Eritreans, you know, they do not treat us like they treat themselves. They make a very clear distinction between the foundational Black American and themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk down on us very badly.
Yeah.
You know, so like when this delineation occurred, I was so ecstatic for it to
Let me
happen.
ask y'all a
You
question.
know,
Y'all hear these people talk. These people is talking from the heart, and they're saying that, like, yo, these people are treating us wrong. These people are treating us like, you know, we're not even their brethrens. What the fuck are you talking? How you? Let me tell you something, Pig. Salute to DJ X1. Salute. PJ, Pig, let me ask you a question. Why the fuck are you complaining about uh Mongolians and y'all have one of the most legendary leaders of all times, Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan. And you're bitching and moaning about Mongolians. You know how, let me tell you something. If people knew about Genghis Khan, niggas would want that nigga to be in their lineage. That nigga was a real nigga. You bitch and moan and you complain. And the thing about it, 33% of y'all motherfuckers is Mongolian. I will say that. You know why. I'm not gonna tell why, but you know why.
and shout out to Professor Smalls, you know, because y'all two talking points is the main talking points that I've been able to utilize to substantiate why I am a foundational Black American.
Oh yes, Professor Small, he's the truth. That's one of my master teachers.
Yeah,
And you know
I'm
what?
glad you said that because people always try to say that you don't like him, and I'm like, that's contrary to the
Who
truth.
the hell, man? Anybody say that is a damn liar.
Yep.
Don't ever, man. Anybody say some shit like that? Check them. Professor Smalls is
Yeah,
like a father to me, man. Hell no. I
yeah,
love
they
Professor
always
Smalls.
say that. I'm like, that's not even true. Like
That's not true,
Tariq
man.
Nasheed
Me,
always speaks highly of Professor
he's in my
Small.
new movie. Yeah, we got a new movie coming out. He's in it. So yeah, don't let these folks be on here just lying their asses off, trying to sow
Like
division and all that
Shabaka.
stuff. And yeah, we ain't going for that. Watch these
Like
liars out
Shabaka.
here.
Shabaka, you're a
That's a bald
fucking
faced
liar.
lie. Thank you for the call, brother. Lady Dolphina.
Hi, Tariq. Thank you so much for having me on. And I saw you in person at the
I'm
Reparations
not
Task
getting
Force
what you
hearing in
said,
Oakland, and you are a lot taller than what
Pig.
I imagined.
So
I don't
yeah,
know why.
Pig.
I
I'm
thought
not
you was
forgetting.
about
I'm
like
not
sitting
getting
at
what you
like
say. And
5'10",
salute
5'11". I think you're at
DAX1.
like
Thank you. I
6'2", because I
appreciate
was
it.
in heels
I
and you
had
were
to
still
do an
way taller than
extra
me.
show, so
Now
I'm
it
like
might not
6'4",
get a lot of
6'5", 6'4",
numbers.
oh
6'5".
yeah, you very tall, because I was still
It might not get a whole bunch of numbers, but it's straight. It's because I just wanted to finish the show. That's all. You know.
looking at. I was like, oh wow. But it was great to see you out and about. Shout out to you for the museum, and thank you so much for lighting up TikTok. It has been so hilarious. And shout out to the family in the room, because they be, whenever you go on, I be getting a lot of like, come on in here, So shout out to you and shout out to everybody here.
Yes,
I just
indeed.
have two quick points, Tariq. Just
Go
two.
ahead, bro.
The first is that my father was born in the same time period as Mrs. Imhoff. And he has two Negro parents on his birth certificate, and she has zero. So everybody can take that for what they will. I am Black American on all 8 sides for context. So again, my dad, two Negro parents. Mrs. Imhoff, she had zero Negro parents on her birth certificate, and they were born about 10 miles away from each other. The second point is about the identification. And Kyle, is there any way that you can mute, because I can hear your background? Thank you so much, sir. So with that MENA classification, Middle Eastern, North African, none of these Africans said anything about them, and they've been trying to delineate on the OMB for I think like the last 10 to 15 years, and they are actually African. So
Great
why do
point,
they need
sister.
us to be that so bad? So those are my only 2 points, Tariq. Thank you so much.
Thank you, beloved. Oh, that's a great point. That's true. Yeah, these Muslims over there, over here, they're delineating. I forgot. That's a phenomenal point. Yeah, they're being a separate category, and they're from Africa, and they ain't saying nothing about them. They're not saying one thing about them people from their own continent coming over here delineating. They're going to be a whole different ethnic group on the census form. But everything is all about, well, they got 40, 50 damn spaces daily running simultaneously about these.
Mongolians Asian. Is it Mongolians Asian? So you can't say that. This is the problem, Pig One. You be disingenuous again. And I told you about that. But it's cool.
Go back. You hate us. You hate Africa. You hate yourself. Yeah? Everything is all about crapping on us. Let's get Brother Cal. Hop on in, brother.
Hey, how you doing, Tariq?
I'm good, Cal. How are
you? YouTube, and seen that you have come over to
lit
TikTok.
right
Welcome,
now. That
man.
shit's super
Yes,
lit.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. And the gaslighting is crazy. I listen every day during work, and a lot of your videos get me through the workday. So I'm happy that you allowed me to come up.
Be active. We're the reason why you have a Latino caucus movement. And that's your movement that defends, and that's your Latino organization. You don't know that. No, I'm being personally honest, Pig One too, as well.
Thank you for everything you do, and I'm trying to make it out to the November event, right?
Yes. And then those tickets are gonna go on sale hopefully this Friday. So I'll keep you posted on that, definitely. Thank you so much, Brother Cal. Let's get Descendants of 1804.
Look at lilac. See what lilac is. That's what I want you to do.
Oh, I guess they didn't mean to get on. Okay. Let's be very careful, guys. If you get on, all right. Some of y'all may or may not want to get on. You might hit the button by mistake or whatever. All right, let's get on. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Let's get King. King, hop on in, bro.
What's up, Tariq?
Are you mad? Oh, Paige got mad. Paige, why are you getting mad? I'm telling the truth. Like, you shouldn't get mad at the truth. If you gotta get mad at me, get mad at your peoples as well. So, I'm just being personally honest. You can't just only get mad at me, you know? I will tell you that. You shouldn't just only get mad at me. You should get mad at your peoples because you know why. I told you about Genghis Khan's. Genghis Khan wiped out 33%, and that's why 33% of y'all Asians have Mongolian blood. Real talk. My daughter got Mongolian blood. Real talk. It's true.
What's up, King? How are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I wanted to let you know you got the streets on fire for 2026, brother. You do.
Yeah, I'm trying, bro.
You are, man. So keep your foot on the necks.
That's how I know.
The streets are talking about you all over. Houston,
Yes,
Texas, rocks with your message, man, and we love you, brother.
Man, respect. I got to get down. I'm trying to buy a house in Houston. I love Houston.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Houston is a vibe, man. I'm trying to get a house down there because we fell in love with Houston. Who is this? What's your name? D. It starts with a D. I got old Negro eyes. I can't see that good. D. What's up, man? Hello. Hey, brother. Everything all right over there?
Watch this.
Okay. I'm hearing some noises over there. Everything.
Let me ask you a question, Pigwood. You don't believe Genghis Khan got... Watch this, everybody. You don't believe Genghis Khan got 33% of Mongolian blood? Did you know what Genghis Khan used to do to his rivals, his enemies? He used to kill all the males and impregnate the women. And he took over almost all of Asia. So what do you think he did? This is where I gotta explain, Pig One. What you think Genghis Khan did to China, Japan, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, all these, Thailand. What do you think he did? If he killed all the men and impregnated the women, how many kids you think this nigga had? I'm just being personally honest with you. How about this? After this, I'm gonna end the show. But Pig was not being truthful. He's being an asshole. He think it's embarrassing because he has Mongolian blood. He might have Mongolian blood. There's nothing wrong with having Mongolian blood. It's just I wouldn't talk about it because he was Genghis Khan wasn't the nicest guy ever. He was like probably kings of being a successful warrior, yes. But Genghis Khan was only like 5'6", 5'7", I'm just being personally honest. With you, and Pig was not gonna say that. Yeah, you're not gonna be personally honest with me. Be active. I already know you're not honest. You haven't been honest this whole night. Out of all days, you didn't been honest all this whole night. I'm so disappointed though. I will say I am disappointed of be active. I'll tell y'all why too. We're gonna end the show too. Uh, because when I spoke to Be Active Friday, and it sucks because it had to be deleted. Be Active was talking about unity, solidarity. His actions tonight shows different. Everything that Black Americans touch, he said it was Puerto Ricans. You know, and like I said, I only respect Puerto Ricans who are in their country, holding it down. You know, 10 toes on the ground, not rocking the red, white, and blue flag, but rocking the red and black Puerto Rican flag. Salute to y'all. But I just think you be active. I'm not. I don't think you're really that solid as I thought you was. I think I gave you too much credit. I'm just gonna be personally honest. I think I gave you too much credit. You know, it's cool, but I'm just gonna be honest. Shabaka's a sucker, so I'm not gonna listen to anything what Shabaka says right now. That's just how I feel it. But yeah, Pigwood, that's how I know. My daughter might have some Mongolian in her, so this is why I say he's not being fully honest. This is why I said Be Active was putting on a show. I don't think he was being truthful with us, and I wish I had the tape, the DVD, but I mean the stream, but I deleted it. Facts, DJ X1. Salute to you, but I'm gonna give my shout outs right now. I'm landed. Shout out to Pig, Be Active, Bob Legacy, DJ X1, Shabaka, Bobby, of course. He had to say some bullshit. And everybody who I didn't name, salute to y'all. I will see you Sunday or Monday. And I just can't say I took all my contacts. Y'all have a great night, and we hit that.